Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy day of the week. It's the weekend supposedly, but not everybody has weekends. So, happy day of the week. So, this video came about unfolding when I opened up my YouTube and I realized that the NFL had established a policy or rule saying that players are required to abide by patriotic standards and stand and perform as everybody else does. Put your hand over your heart, sing the song, clap, or whatever. The way I'm referring to it sounds a little bit disrespectful, and I realize this. But the reason why my passion for the national anthem has wavered since I graduated from high school. When you stood up to recite the national anthem versus the Star Spangled Banner. Those are two different things. Let's keep those apart as well. What's the one I'm talking about? I haven't even recited it in that long, but is it in my brain still? Let's test it out. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So that, the allegiance to the flag. It sounds pretty fair to me. You're asking for liberty and justice for all. Is that really the case in our nation? Are we living in a world where everybody is respected everywhere they go? We're not. And this is really what the players are protesting. The fact that they have to perform at their own place of employment and then they get off the clock and end up having to be cautious around authority and behave in mellow or cautious manners in order not to alarm people around them. Ugh. It makes me cringe and it makes me incredibly sad. And now to wake up to these news that were actually from a few days ago and to find that the NFL is finding yet another way to control their players has to bring the question of, why do we call these owners owners? It sounds like a plantation out there. You're not allowed to do what you need to do to stand for your people. You're being penalized for expressing yourself. When a person sings the Star Spangled Banner, I can say it does fill me with pride. I'm happy to be part of this country because the type of variety of people that I get to talk to and meet and the scope of the world is changed through the communication of so many different peoples that we get to encounter each day. This country is great. The reality of the matter is that not everybody has the same life. Different people walk through their day being more cautious than others. In a video that I shared on Facebook today, sports commentators were being extremely honest about how they feel about this policy, and the consensus is disappointment because, well, how in the world in the world could you accept one of the greatest games in the world to overlook a person's identity and safety? Watching football is probably one of the funnest things to do. Playing it, I haven't played it. I've thrown footballs, I've ran, I've tackled. It's fun. It's just the best thing there is. Next to basketball, next to baseball, next to all these different sports that just get you going and celebrate the union of different people in the common goal of fun, heck, making a lot of money in the sport, winning a bet. It's the best thing there is. But if the way you express yourself in these environments is limited to performing for the whole purpose of being patriotic, and on top of that, I learned today that the military gives money to the NFL, so there's an interest that is being watched here. I understand contracts, I understand business, and everyone uses to your advantage, because the only way that things are going to change is if you alter the business. There's more than enough talent to go around. Another league can be started, and a whole way of playing this game and experiencing your reality within the game and outside the game while walking on the street, it could be altered. We just gotta be disciplined. I haven't been watching as many football games as I used to. Not that I ever was a ball watcher. A ball watcher. Not that I ever was a hardcore sports fan, but every time I got a chance to go see it live, I went. Because there's nothing better than seeing it live with the energy and the vibration of people all excited for something to happen that day with their team. Why would you dismiss a player from feeling that? You're denying their existence by telling them to stay in the locker room if they don't perform. Let's be super honest about that. You're denying a person's existence if you're telling them to stay in the locker room if they don't perform. So, what's gonna happen? I would recommend that we boycott the NFL, because the only way that things move are if the economy is affected. All right, that's all I have to say. If you value your existence, make a change. Boycott the NFL, because otherwise you're accepting the things the way they are.